Hey guys, welcome back to Tipharot. It's me Matt here, and today I'm talking about dream journals. I'm going to talk a little bit about them. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the game that we're playing, Town of Salem, but I'm not going to go super in depth on it because I've already actually recorded a video of Town of Salem that may already be up on my channel or may come out after this one. It is a consort game that I play on here, and I talk quite a bit in that game about what I'm doing, much more than I talk about lucid dreaming in it, which was not my intention. But basically, you know, if you want to learn more about the game, that video will probably be more helpful. In this video, I'm mostly going to be talking lucid dreaming, but I'll just point to a couple of things that happen in game as well. Anyway, today in the game, I am Gandalf the investigator, and today in lucid dreaming, we are discussing dream journals. So, I always talk about how important a dream journal is. Everyone who wants to be lucid dreaming should have a dream journal. And the reason I actually bring this up in the first place is because a lot of people have been saying recently that you don't need one. And that is both true and kind of false. It is true that you don't need one. You know, the statement on its own is true. You don't actually need a dream journal. However, a lot of people have been suggesting that you can get just as good dream recall just by recalling the dreams after you wake up and not writing them down. And I want to argue that this is not true. So if you recall a dream, if you wake up and you had, say, 3 dreams, and you start replaying the first dream to yourself in your mind, you replay it, and then you put it back in to the back of your memory and move on to the next one. Now, your brain is still, in a way, trying to hold on to the memory of that first dream. So when you go on to the next one, you're going to remember some of it, but it's going to be a little bit more vague. You're going to miss some details. The first one is almost always going to be the clearest. By the time you get to the 3rd dream, you might not remember all that much. And you might even forget that you had a 4th dream that you simply didn't remember at all. If, on the other hand, you decide to actually write those dreams down, things look a little bit different. Because as soon as you've written one of those dreams down, you can just forget about it. You can completely drop it from your memory. Your mind is free to look at the next dream. And that can help with remembering them. That act of writing it down, you know, saying, okay, I don't need to remember this, my brain can completely ditch this dream now, that is one of the things that allows you to actually remember the other dreams and allows your recall to improve. General rule of thumb, if you're not remembering at least 5 to 6 dreams every single night, then your dream recall has room to improve and you should use a dream journal if you aren't already. That's the rule of thumb. Okay, so I'm about to start talking about the game here, and because the game was really quite complicated and a lot happened in this game, I end up actually going on about it for like 8.5 minutes. So if you actually want to skip that and you just want to hear lucid dreaming, go to around 11:20, 11:30 in the video. There should be a time showing on screen right now. Anyway, I'm briefly going to talk about what's going on in the game. I am an investigator, so I can find out people's roles. I am a town role, I'm a good guy. And last night I checked this guy John Hathorne and I found that he's either a sheriff, which is a good guy investigator, an executioner, which is a bad guy that wants to get one of the good guys killed, but he's not like super bad, like we don't have to kill him, we just have to stop him getting the guy killed, or a werewolf, which is a bad guy. Now he claims lookout here and accuses someone, which basically confirms he's the executioner. He's trying to get this one person killed, so obviously he's the executioner. It took me a moment to realise that, so I call him out, I say that he's the executioner, and I just paste this bit from my will to show that I'm an investigator and that I know he's exy. And so that also confirms this guy I'm actually bad, because the executioner's target can never be an evil person, they're always a town member. So that actually tells us who one of the town members is. Which is good, you know, the more town people you know, the more roles that you know, the easier it is to narrow down who the bad guys are. You notice that in my little will that I keep opening, I actually have a list that says like TI, TP, TK, TS and so on. Those stand for the roles that you see in the role list, like Town Investigative, Town Protective. I'm basically trying to narrow down who everyone is so that when someone's, you know, not on that list, I know that they're evil. I'm investigating this guy Potato Salda, this misspelled potato salad guy, because he was like, oh no, these people are dead, like saying that kind of stuff and not adding anything to the conversation in chat is normally a sign that you're an evil role and just trying to throw attention off yourself by talking. And I found out he's either a doctor, disguiser or serial killer. And I was lucky, a bodyguard actually saved my life If a bodyguard protects you in the night and you get attacked, then the bodyguard kills the person that attacked you and dies themselves. So this guy Force protected me and died. And Hodor was in fact a mafia member who attacked me. So he has now died because of the bodyguard protecting me. So that was really pretty awesome. We got rid of one of the mafia members. There are 4 mafia members, and there is also a neutral killing serial killer that we need to get rid of. And in a moment, we're going to see something pretty awesome happen. I am going to keep talking about the game for this next day or so, and then go back to talking about lucid dreaming, just because this next day is kind of, it goes pretty well for us, I will say. So I asked Potato Salad for his role. If he claims Doc, then he could be the Doctor. Doctor is good, Disguiser is evil, Serial Killer is evil. He claims Medium. We know he's not. We know he's one of these 3 roles that we found. So I just paste this and I say, okay, I found the Serial Killer. And yeah, he's basically confirmed evil. Unless we have a transporter that is moving people around and making me think that he's the Doctor disguised as serial killer, but no one has claimed to be transported, so we can safely assume that this guy is evil. And so I tell the town, and we decide that we should vote him up when he comes up. John Hathorne is the executioner, still asking to have his target lynched, which isn't going to work. And yeah, so we get this guy up. At this point, you know, he doesn't even defend himself. Like, he has no way of defending himself, really. He could claim that he was transported. He could say he was transported and get himself off the stand. But I think in that situation, you're not really going to think. You know, he's claimed medium. I'm the confirmed investigator, basically. And yeah. So I go to paste this bit from my will. I actually failed to copy it. So I just say guilty this. Either disguiser or serial killer. Now, when this guy dies, it actually looks like he's the serial killer. But I don't know if the other game that I put up, the other game that I recorded is up or not yet. But in that game I talk about what a disguiser is. Basically a disguiser is an evil role, and when they visit someone, they take on their role. So when they die, it looks like they have that role. So Potato Salad, he's actually going to come up as a serial killer, but he's actually not even the serial killer. He actually is the disguiser. He disguised as a serial killer. Doesn't matter. Either way, they're both evil roles. Whichever one we got, it's good. And now we have a bit of a problem, though, because Bodyguard is dead. It's, you know, not super likely that we have another bodyguard that's going to be on us. And so the Mafia might come and attack us again tonight. Like they did the previous night. Now, I look at the votes and I see, oh no, didn't vote on the serial killer. He abstained. And so I think he might be an evil guy, because evil will generally not want to vote up other evils. So I decide to check him and see what he is. And we'll see now that I'm very lucky. Once again, a bodyguard protected me and I was attacked. So we have another evil, you know, mafia member. Or, well, actually, I don't think it's a mafia member. I believe it's the real serial killer who actually attacked us last night. And the bodyguard actually saved us. So we actually had 2 bodyguards, and both of them were on us, and both of them saved our life, which was really quite insanely lucky, to be honest. So now I decide to ask Ono for his role, because he came up as vigilante, veteran or mafioso to me. And if he's not Vig or vet, then I would suggest mafioso. One thing I didn't notice at this time is the fact that there's already a dead mafioso. And there's 2 random mafia which are going to be other roles. They're going to be like consorts or blackmailers or disguiser. And we already know one disguiser is dead. So there's not going to be another mafioso at this point. So this was actually a mistake on my part. This guy, we know this guy is actually good, but I completely missed this, and so I actually accuse him. I put up the fact, he's not claiming a role, and I say he's Vigifet or Mafioso, probs Mafia, and I get him to vote him up. And we're really kind of lucky here because the executioner, who, isn't really on our side, actually points out that Mafioso is dead. He actually says that. And I'm thinking, like, wait, does that mean there's no Mafioso now? And I'm thinking about it, and like, I'm kind of being a bit slow at this point. And then I realised, yeah, actually, he's right. He's completely right. And this guy is just AFK probably. He's just a AFK veteran or Vig. And, once it finally hits me, I decide to tell Town that and get the guy off. So I say, good point, actually, Mafioso's dead. Could be AFK Town. It's not could be, it actually is AFK Town. So I just say, vote innocent. And we're lucky. Like I said, the executioner actually helped us out. And so, okay, I feel like that was enough talking about the game for now. Back to lucid dreaming. With a dream journal, there are some reasons why you might not want to keep one. I don't keep one all the time. Sometimes I don't bother writing in my dream journal, and that is because lucid dreaming isn't always a top priority for me. And I'm happy with having, an average dream recall where I remember, 1 or 2 dreams pretty much every night, but I don't remember masses of dreams. I'm fine with that. Unless I'm really focused on lucid dreaming at that time, then I don't really care about remembering 5 or 6 every night. So, if it's extra effort, I don't necessarily always do it. However, most of the time, if you're focused on lucid dreaming, you should, in fact, keep your dream journal. But there is a time when people might not want to keep one, and that is when they want to keep their thoughts private. You're worried that you have very personal dreams, and you don't want someone, opening up your dream journal and reading all these things you've done in your dreams or things that have happened to you in your dreams. So I've seen a lot of people use privacy as a reason for not actually keeping a dream journal, and it doesn't actually have to be. It really doesn't. You'll see in the game again that a 3rd bodyguard was on me. That is insanely lucky, and so we killed another bad guy there. But yeah, so if there's something private in your dream journal that you don't want people to know, that is not a reason not to keep the dream journal. I've had tons of dreams that I would hate for people to read about because they're very personal to me. So what do? Well, one option is just to not write down those dreams and write down all the regular ones. If you have a lot of dreams that you don't want to share with anyone, or you're just embarrassed about, relatively normal dreams, you just don't like the idea of people reading them, then use a phone app and password protect it. Set a password on it so people can't read it without knowing the password. I'm sure there's a million things that people do on their computers, or, say in chats to people, or, say over the phone to someone that they don't want people to hear. So why is a dream journal any different? As long as it's password protected, as long as you actually got it secure and you're not, handing your phone and logging into the journal for someone, no one's going to know what's in there. Now, if you're really concerned, you still think someone's going to, hack into your journal or whatever, then just be cryptic. Something that I do just for actually keeping my dream journal entry shorter is I will sometimes just write really short, brief abbreviations for things that only I will understand. It does 2 things. It makes the journal entries like really, really short, and it also actually makes it so people who don't, see inside your head don't know what the dream journal entry means. So if you do actually want some kind of privacy, it helps with that as well. So there's no real reason not to keep a dream journal if improving recall is your goal. Now, at this point in the game, by the way, I'm pretty certain that Control is the last Mafia. Everyone else is basically confirmed except for 15, Little Bo Peep. He could be Mafia 2, but the Executioner is trying to defend Control, suggesting he's bad, and Control was really late to claim that he's Sheriff, so I don't believe him. I actually think Little Bo Peep is most likely the Lookout, the second town investigative. We actually have 2 of the random towns taken up, one of them by 2 bodyguards actually, and 11, I'm actually bad, is confirmed town. I don't know what his role is, but he's also the 3rd random town. Oh no is the town killing, so that just leaves Control. Control has to be the last Mafia member. Unfortunately, I'm still updating my will here, and the time is ticking down. If you update your will too late and the timer gets to 0, then it won't update, people won't see it, and that happened to me, and I got killed. So Now we just have to hope that Town notices that Control is obviously Mafia, which I discovered that night. When I investigated him, it said Vigvet Mafioso, and now there is a Mafioso, because when you're the last Mafia member and you're a non-killing role, you turn into the Mafioso or the Godfather. So yeah, we found the last guy there, and now we just have to wait and see if Town finds him as well. Back to dream journals. Basically, you have to decide for yourself, is lucid dreaming a priority for you? If it is, keep a dream journal. Doesn't matter how private your dreams are. If they're private, use code words in your dream journal entries, or shorten the words or whatever so people can't understand it, or use a password. And just keep your dream journal somewhere safe, in your phone rather than a book that's just laying around in your room. If lucid dreaming isn't a massive priority for you, then just ask yourself this question. Are you remembering dreams on a regular basis? If you aren't, then start a dream journal until you start remembering them. Because, if you're not remembering dreams on a regular basis and you want a lucid dream whatsoever, that's not very helpful. If you are remembering dreams regularly, you're not remembering a lot, but you're remembering a decent enough number, and lucid dreaming isn't a super high priority, then you don't have to bother with one. But otherwise, you should have one. That's pretty much it. The final thing that I want to talk about while this game is ending here and the final Mafia member is about to get voted up is I've actually started work on a lucid dreaming book. I actually started this a while ago, but I kind of, I stopped for a while, and, I've just been adding a little occasional bit here and there because I want to make it really, really good. This is my first time actually officially announcing this, although my Patreon supporters have probably known that I was writing a lucid dreaming book based on some kind of teasers I posted a while ago. And I want your input. What do you guys want to see in the lucid dreaming book? Do you want to see, dream control techniques? Do you want to see ways to actually get lucid? What is the main priority? What is the main thing that you want in this book? Let me know down in the comments below what you want to see in the book. Anyway, this is the last Mafia member getting killed right here. That means we have won the game. Yes, even though we died, we actually win the game. If Town wins and, you're a dead Town member, you actually win. If Mafia wins and you're a dead Mafia member, you actually win. So yeah, we actually still win the game here, which is awesome. That was actually a really good game on Town's part, especially the bodyguards who saved us 3 times in a row. Before we go, I just want to do a couple of things. First of all, I want to apologise that I got so sidetracked in this video and ended up talking about the game so much. That wasn't my intention. It was just that once I started talking about it, I felt like there was so much going on that I had to kind of explain all of it. In retrospect, I think it might have maybe been better to just explain stuff in text on screen. That way the people watching can see it and the people listening don't have to skip ahead, if they're not interested in that. So I do apologise about that. Hopefully that didn't bother too many of you guys. Let me know in the comments below. If it really bothered you, let me know. I don't mind you commenting, that kind of thing. Constructive criticism is always welcome. I will try to avoid doing that in future. Related to that, I do actually have another Town of Salem video that I recorded, and just like this one, it ended up being me mostly talking about the game and not as much about lucid dreaming. Do you guys still want me to upload that? I can always just label it. I'll probably label it like Town of Salem game with some bonus lucid dreaming talk, just so people don't click on it expecting the whole video to be lucid dreaming talk, only to be disappointed. Anyway, before we go, I need to, of course, give you guys a reminder that you can get my lucid dreaming course over on Gumroad. It is a 17-part lucid dreaming course that takes you step by step through the process of learning to master lucid dreaming. If you like the sound of that, check out the link in the top right hand corner or in the description down below. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to subscribe. If you want to support the channel and ensure I can keep making these videos, go and check out my Patreon page. And if you want to keep watching, pick one of the videos on screen, go watch that, and I will see you soon. Take care.